Just shift right back over to SOLIDWORKS and make use of my recent files. This is still pulling the file from Enterprise PDM. This was the assembly that I started making changes to. And this ARM part is the one that I need to change. So that's great. I can check that out on the fly, and that again puts my name on it. And as I do so, I'm reminded that there's also a drawing related to this part. And this helps me remind me that I have other work to do besides just change this part. So that'll help me as a designer. So now I've got my name on it. We already know the change that we're going to make. I mentioned that we were going to thicken this up. No problem there. And let's take a look at the drawing, make sure that it looks up to date. Great. I can see that that's all been updated as well. So let's save these changes and check them into Enterprise PDM. It's a click of a button, and in fact in this case it's checking in both the part and the drawing for me. And let's put some notes in here. This is going to keep track of who did this and when it happened. Also a copy of these files as I check them in. Let's just put in some notes. I updated width to 40 millimeters. Okay, and behind the scenes, Enterprise PDM is keeping track of these copies of files. For example, in the assembly, if you now had to present this material to a design review or to some of your peers to say, hey, look, take a look at some of these different concepts I've done, it can be a simple click of the button. So I can say, hey, let's go look at what it used to be before. And behind the scenes, Enterprise PDM is sending me a copy from the server of the previous design. So now I can see what the old version of the ARM looked like in the context of the assembly. Or I can simply say, get the latest of all of this. And it updates my assembly to show me exactly what it looks like now in the current state of the design. So it's a great way to be able to review that material and make sure that it's what you expect. Now, as one last step, I'm going to go back to this drawing for just a moment and send it to a reviewer. So in Enterprise PDM, another thing that helps the designer is being able to tell the documents and everyone else involved when it's at a certain point in its development stage. So I have a few options as a designer. I can submit this as a prototype, or I can submit it for approval, and that's the choice I'm going to make today. Let's just take both of these files. They're ready for approval. From design change. You can be as descriptive as you need to be for your company. Now I've got a couple people that can approve designs in my business, and it's either Bob or Dave, and I happen to know that Dave's in today, so I'm going to send him a note. And quick, hurry. And that's just a note to Dave. So let's save what we've done in that assembly as well.